This is the BOD. That's what they're asking for first, is the BOD. So we go all the ways down, and they're looking for the monthly average. On this one, the monthly average is from the 1st to the 30th. And I have the average, and you go across, and it's right there. Oops, sorry. It's 103.9. I rounded up to 104. The next one they're looking for is the daily max. And daily max on the foam is right there, 150.6, rounded up to 151. You can print in 150.6 if you want. You don't have to round it, or you can round it. And when you're filling out these forms, if you go over the 275, you might not know there's a violation in here. It's just high numbers. And when you do go over it, you have to report that when you do your letter. And I'll show you the letter that we're going to do. Then the next thing is the monthly average on the, this is on the F1. And it's right there. It's 23.6, rounded up to 24. Weekly average is right there. And what that is this is the weekly average. See, it's here, here. It's the highest of all of them. And because this is where this comes in, on the weekly average, this is a determining point. If this was 40, and what it is the average of these two numbers, of 40 and 18, comes out to be the 29. All this information over here is just how many pounds are coming in, but this is what we're really interested in putting in. These two numbers here, 41 and 17, that's 29. It's the average. If I had 4 or 5 tests, this would be the average. It's the weekly average. And because this weekly average falls into this particular month, this information is used only on the weekly. So there's a 29. Maximum right there is 41. And we got 50, so there was no violations. And it's number right there, it's twice a week. Sample is a 24-hour sample. And it's the same going through all the other information. You go, this now is a suspended solids test. Oops, I'm sorry, got one more to go. And this is the monthly average right there, which is rounded up to 242. And on, I have a temporary. So every month, this is my setup. And all I have to do is change. You don't touch the days of the week, that stays the same. All you do is change the days of the month. So the days stay the same, change this. So if I go to, let's say like 10 there, it'll automatically come over here being 10. Undo that. And then on the month, you have to type it in there on September, and then you also have to go on this page and type it in for September. All right. Save. Now a lot of the information that they asked for, go back to June. And I'm probably going to have to put sheets with this. Now, this right here, it changes every single month. It's the average, E17 to E46. You go up, E17 is day 1 of the month. E46 is the 30th, and because it changes every month, you know, because we have to use this information. We have to carry last month into almost each month, because if it starts, some of the testing that we're going to do, if it starts in one month, which it did, it started on the 26th, but it ended in the next month, the information. Oops, too far. This information right here is used in doing calculations for this month. That's where it gets confusing, because they're taking some of the information we use on a monthly basis, some of it we have to go from last month into this month. So that's why he actually set this up correctly, and it's a good system that he's got set up. But you have to make sure that you have the right days, 17 to 46. Yeah, 17 to 46. Sometimes this one here for the monthly average, because this month is going, see, this month right here is perfect. It goes, it's all of this month. But if I happen to have, like up here, that information would go into the following month, so I couldn't use this information. If this was like the finished on the 1st, this right here would be on 38, because part of this information will go into next month, and that's where it gets confusing. All right. And I don't know how you're going to write this up. I really.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah, well, that this is why I think I'll print off sheets for you, so you've got. So then, EPA has reported us with this report, DMR report, and I've already gone through it. So it's I do it in pencil, right? And when the month is over, the very first thing you do is find the correct sheet. Right with it. Oh, there it is. You take this information and you go through each one of them. 252, 32, 252, 32. You check, because this is your legal document. You're just transferring the information from here onto here. He also has another workbook where this information is originated from. So this information came from a workbook. He transfers it to our monthly report, and then I transfer it to the computer system. So you make sure and you check everything down that you didn't, like he may, had a mistake here. If I put in 176 for the 13th and left it that way, it would be an incorrect number. So what he does is he made the change and he initials it. So I do have it correct. So you work it all the ways down, and then you start doing your DMR. And this one here is, what I've done is taken their blank sheet that they gave me, highlighted everything. So if I know there's a violation, whoops, let me go down, just look back. All right. This is the BOD. That's what they're asking for first, is the BOD. So we go all the ways down, and they're looking for the monthly average. On this one, the monthly average is from the 1st to the 30th. And I have the average, and you go across, and it's right there. Oops, sorry. It's 103.9. I rounded up to 104. The next one they're looking for is the daily max. And daily max on the foam is right there. 150.6, rounded up to 151. You can print in 150.6 if you want. You don't have to round it, or you can round it. And when you're filling out these forms, if you go over the 275, you might not know there's a violation in here. It's just high numbers. And when you do go over it, you have to report that when you do your letter. And I'll show you the letter that we're going to do. Then the next thing is the monthly average on the, this is on the F1.